Weekend victory over Celtic kept Hearts on course for Europe and sent Rangers a step closer to the title. But tonight, Hearts want to stop the champions-elect in their tracks. Our venue is Tynecastle for third against first in the Bank of Scotland Scottish Premier League. It's Hearts against Rangers. Well, Rangers are 3 wins away from their second successive championship, and they can thank tonight's opponents Hearts for that after their win over Celtic on Saturday. But there won't be any favours on offer this evening as Hearts go in search of points to secure a UEFA Cup spot. Charlie Nicholas, do you have a feeling there won't be much between the two sides tonight?
It's unpredictable, Jim. You can never tell with Hearts and Rangers. I think we always get a tense affair in terms of both teams are up for the scrap and ready to battle each other. Especially at Tynecastle, I think the Hearts have normally done quite well there, but we normally get lots of goals, so I think if Rangers are in the mood to go and win this championship early, then it might be a bit of distance between them, but it's unpredictable.
Rangers want the title, we know that. Hearts want Europe. How important is Europe for Hearts next season?
Well, I think it's vital now for them, not just the fact they're getting back in there, but I think for the last 2 seasons since they won the Tennis Scottish Cup a couple of seasons back, Jim, they've really lost their way. They've had an influx of money, and we've waited for big names to start pouring into Edinburgh with Hearts, but it's never really materialised. And since the turn of the season, when we had the break in December, started back in January, they've started to look like the team we expected to be third in the championship race. So it's taken them time, but they're gradually getting back there.
Well, they certainly did on Saturday. They did very well against Celtic.
Yeah, they did.
How significant was this win for Jim Jeffries' side, Charlie?
Well, it wasn't a major surprise. I think it was a big bonus for Jim in terms of the way his team played. They dominated most of the game. Colin Cameron, who's been such a problem. It's a great save from Jonathan Gould. It's such a problem for Celtic. You know, talented little player, gets in the blind side of people. And, you know, Gould has always asked questions when Colin Cameron's playing.
Actually, you mentioned Colin Cameron. We hear he is not playing tonight. Injury has ruled him out. Now, that's a blow for Hearts.
That's a major blow. They missed him most of last season. I think it showed in the play. You know, and against Celtic, it creates space and helps others when he's not particularly playing well. This was Paul Lambert's first booking. You know, he's got his arms
harsh,
up.
Didn't you?
Well, I did. I think Darren Jackson, he's experienced, and I think he deserved the foul, but I didn't think it was a yellow card. And I think, you know, I think it's Tommy Johnson who seems to have another injury picked up, which is a disappointment for him. Just seems to be getting back in track with Celtic. But Celtic were disappointing again. They did ask a few questions of Hearts, but they seem solid, Hearts, since the start back in January. Lambert again going close, but, you know, when you get Hearts on a good day, for me, they're aggressive side. They want things to happen. They don't always have the best technical players. This is a red card for Lambert. Again, I think Darren Jackson, he reads the situation. He knows he's going to get a free kick. He quite rightly gets a free kick. But for me, it's not a red card. I thought Hugh Dallas...
But look at Jackson, Charlie. I mean, he was shaping up to shoot.
No, he's touched it by him. And I don't think he's particularly set the touch ready for the shot, Jim. It was a free kick, but I don't think it was a red card. And overall, I think Celtic get punished big time because of it. I still don't know. I said at the weekend, I don't know what Reggie Blinker was doing in the post. When you're on the post, you've got a job to do. You take no risks in the defensive areas. Simply clear it. Get it 50 yards up the park. He taps it out to McSwegan, and you don't get any better chances against Celtic.
It's a difficult place to go and win Tynecastle these days, isn't it?
Extremely difficult. It always has been, Jim. That's why I was disappointed in Celtic not playing some of the younger players. Give them a good experience. Butcher came on in the second half.
Great
Look at that pace.
Yeah.
Top man Naimi at the moment. He seems to have turned the corner. Hearts fans weren't that impressed when he first signed. And Celtic do ask questions in the second half, although they're down to 10 men. Healy with a cross. Look at that. Great save again from Butcher. He's been really impressive so far.
We won't see Rusey back, do you think, because of Naimi's
I don't think so. I think he's had more than enough chances, and I think Naimi is now #1 at Hearts.
Well, Charlie, that result left Rangers with a 13-point lead with a game in hand. Hearts are third, and a win tonight would open an 8-point gap over Motherwell. At the bottom, Kilmarnock and Aberdeen meet tonight, and we'll keep in touch with events at Rugby Park as the night goes on, as well as the big games in England. But for now, though, it's Hearts against Rangers, and David Tanner has the teams.
Hi there, Jim. Well, as you mentioned a moment ago there is a shock for Hearts tonight. Starman Colin Cameron has been ruled out of tonight's big match. The Hearts skipper hurt his hamstring in the weekend win against Celtic, and tonight Cameron failed a fitness test. Well, as Rangers move in for the kill in the SPL, they've made 2 changes from the side which whipped Ayr United in the Tennent Scottish Cup semi-final at the weekend. Hat-trick sub Billy Dodds starts, and Jorg Albertz has been dropped. Well, the last time Hearts beat Celtic here, Antti Niemi was in goal for the Ibrox side. Now a Hearts player, the Finn has kept 5 clean sheets in his last 6 games. The Hearts defence hasn't conceded a league goal here this century. And the back 4 tonight reads Flogel, Petric and Scotland squad pairing, Stephen Pressley and Gary Naismith. Colin Cameron's withdrawal is the only change from the side which beat Celtic here on Saturday. Jim Jeffries has brought in 21-year-old Scott Severin, who's faded from the first-team picture recently. Saturday's goalscorer Gary McSwiggan plays up front alongside Stefan Adam. Darren Jackson plays off the front 2. Hearts haven't scored in 4 of their last 6 games with the champions-elect. Colin Cameron was last to beat Stefan Klos with a penalty in March's 4-1 cup defeat at Ibrox. Well, this Rangers side is 3 games from clinching back-to-back championships. From Saturday's 7-0 win at Hampden, Jorg Albertz and Seb Rosenthal dropped to the reserves bench, with Tugai and Billy Dodds starting. Albertz has a slight hamstring twinge. Scott Wilson continues to stand in for the injured Craig Moore at centre-back. He'll get a good reception tonight, I'm sure, from the home supporters here, having admitted in today's papers to being a Hibernian fan. Wilson is now the longest-serving player at Ibrox, and this is his best run in the Rangers team, a mere 6 games in a row. That's why Wilson wants a move to England. Partnering Dodds up front, Rod Wallace has now netted 9 goals in his last 9 games. An ex-Hearts favourite, Neil McCann, will feature tonight, but from the bench. Jim.
Well, Hearts' recent form and league position would appear to justify their claim to being the 3rd force in Scottish football. Their manager, Jim Jeffries, has been talking about life in the shadow of the old firm to Davy Provan.
Jim, do you go into this game hoping you can win it or believing you will win it?
Yeah, I go into every game hoping that and looking to win the game. Any player that's worked under me will never go in any other way than trying to win the match. You just have to set up certain ways and make sure that the players on the day can perform. And you know, we've done well the second part of the season, so we'll be going in to try and win the game against Rangers like we did the last time we played them in the game on Saturday.
You've had a very good spell though since the winter break, and you're starting to make Tynecastle a bit of a fortress again, aren't you?
I think the first part of the season, or sorry, after the winter break, the first part when we got in was, you know, we're in a position where it was a tight league. We're 6th, I think, and we're a couple of games in hand, but a couple of results could have put us in the mire and had a right battle on. It's not a good pressure. We'd witnessed that last year, and we didn't want to do that again. And a hard, tough 5 away games, and we built the side there to maybe grind out a few results, and they were the ones that got us into that position.
We've had a situation at Tynecastle this season where Stefan Adam was out the side and couldn't get in. Gary McSwiggan found himself in the same situation. Steve Fulton couldn't even get in the squad at one time. Is that an indication of the strength of your squad now?
Yeah, well, I was saying to Billy coming back for the game the other night that maybe the way football's going now, you know that you're a strong squad and you can change it round a wee bit. We've obviously all got different levels, but you know, we feel that as I said, we built a side there, well, not built a side, but we picked a side to sort of grind out a few results, because it was a tough away programme, and because of the position we were in the league, we got the results, and we got into 3rd place, and the wee bit of pressure of getting dragged into it was off.
I watched a tremendous Hearts performance here at the weekend when you beat Celtic. Would another performance of that calibre be good enough, do you think, against Rangers?
It would have to be. We'd have to play as well as that, maybe even that bit better. Rangers are way out in front in the league. That means they've got a top quality side. We know that. We've played against them often enough, and as I say, we worked hard. Not just when we had the ball, we passed and moved well, but when we didn't have the ball, we pressurised and didn't give Celtic time to get into any rhythm. And I think we've got to do the same again against Rangers, and hopefully we can create as many chances as we did against Celtic, and hopefully just maybe take a few more, because I think the secret to these games is if you create them, you've got to take them, because you know that you're going to have to do very well to keep Rangers out. But again, we're defending Touchwood very well in the second part of the season. Hopefully we can keep it going.
Neil McCann will probably take part in this game at some stage as a Rangers player now, your former player. Alan Johnson will be a Rangers player next season, perhaps even Paul Ritchie Is that not galling for you, knowing that you helped develop these lads and you just didn't have the money to keep them here?
Yeah, it goes with territory. We know that. But these players are terrific players, and they're all done a great job for Hearts, and who can blame them? They've moved on. It's their rights now out of contract, or in Neil's case it was in his contract for the transfer fee. It's a bit hard to take at times, because you're trying to build something, expectation up here, and people forget that this year, that the side we had a couple of years ago actually has been broken up, and we're trying to rebuild it again, and maybe we're starting to put it together, and maybe in time for a better challenge next year. But good luck to Neil and Alan and Paul, because, as I say, it's a short life. They're exercising their rights. They've moved on. They're getting money that we couldn't possibly pay. So how can you blame them? They've been terrific here, and they've been great lads to work with. And even though I'm delighted to see them well, they're trying to make them play badly when they ever come against ours.
Jim Jeffries here with Davy Provan. Charlie, are Hearts where you now expect them to be, in third spot on their own?
Yeah, they are now, Jim. I didn't think throughout this season that it looked as if Hearts were going to be promising at all. Motherwell started to have a little place in that position. Dundee United had it early on, but there's been such a everybody's been beating each other, if you like, since January especially, and Hearts have taken advantage of that. They finally got things going. It's an interesting point there that Jim makes about building. He's had to rebuild a lot, but the foundations, I think, the solid foundations were mainly built, but the 2 or 3 players that he had lost were such a big influence to him.
And they're third. Can they stay third?
I think they can now, yeah, because I think Motherwell's lost its way. Dundee United in free fall, so I don't think there's anyone going to come and pip them now. I think it's down to them. I think they've got their focus back in place, and I think Jim Jeffries knows the importance of being third now, and then he can start to build again next season.
How tough is it getting into Jeffries' starting lineup these days if you're a Hearts player?
Well, it's getting more difficult, which is always an encouraging sign, I think. I mean, I strongly believe that you should have a good squad of 22 players. That should cover a position for each of your starting 11. So, he's getting a stronger squad in. He's getting better guys in. So more quality to come in the summer, hopefully, for Hearts, but looking promising.
Well, it's Hearts against Rangers tonight, and we'll hear from the Rangers manager, Dick Advocaat, shortly. He's watching the pre-match warm-up at Tynecastle there. Now, when we come back, we'll look at the recent history of meetings between Hearts and Rangers. In 82 meetings since the league was reconstructed in the mid-70s, Rangers have won 47 to Hearts 17. Now it's a lot closer at Tynecastle, where Rangers have the upper hand by 18 to 13. The latest of those wins coming in the first meeting this season. It didn't take Rangers long to take the lead at Tynecastle in August. American national captain Claudio Reyna opened the scoring. Michael Moles scored his first league goal to make it 2. Before a superb strike from George Alberts put Rangers 3 up. Reyna added his second to round off a convincing victory. It was much tighter at Ibrox in December. Hearts held out until the last minutes when George Albert's shot was deflected in to give Rangers the points. They met last month in the 5th round of the Tennent Scottish Cup, and Rangers took an early lead through Barry Ferguson. The Hearts defence then opened up for Arthur Newman to run in and score. Hearts were given a glimmer of hope when Colin Cameron scored from the penalty spot. But goals from skipper Lorenzo Amoruso and a Billy Dodds penalty completed a 4-1 win. And that cup win was just one of the reasons why Rangers manager Dick Advocaat has picked up the Manager of the Month award for March. No surprise there really, with his side on course for a league and cup double.
Yeah, well, we have to see it by week, game by game, and tomorrow night is the first one, and it is a very difficult one against Hearts. And then on Saturday we have Dundee United, and the week after we have St Johnstone away, so we have 3 difficult away games. And we all know that that we have bring a better performance than we did the first half against Ayr, and hopefully we all realise that.
Would you agree it's been a strange end to the season? It's almost just gently ending? Yeah, well, always at the end, but what I said, we still have to do it. We can say, okay, we are playing a very consistently season, if it is that the right word. And that's important comparing with last season. So far we just lost 1 game, and that says enough about the quality of the squad. How difficult for you has it been just to get the players on the pitch and get them playing in the league following the Celtic victories? Because we've heard people like Lorenzo Amoruso complain about having injuries and not wanting to play. So have you had to work hard to push them? Football players always complaining. That's normal. That's a part of their attitude. But sometimes I'm a little bit deaf. Has it worked? It worked. Yeah, he's still in the game. What kind of game do you expect at Hearts? Because they played it tightly at Ibrox, but then at Tynecastle, will it be different? Well, they have also a quality squad, and they show it now again. What I said already in the beginning, they are now in the 3rd place. They so far the start of the season was not that good, but after a certain while they bought some other players, and you can see now they are in the 3rd place with 6 points ahead of Motherwell, I think. They beat last week Celtic. That says enough about the quality. And away games, especially there, we played some very attractive games there, both sides. So we expect that tomorrow night as well.
So for Rangers, it's Hearts tonight, Dundee United on Saturday, and then St Johnstone the following Sunday. All those games are away for Rangers, but Charlie, 3 wins and it's over. And you detect from Advocaat's mood there, that's what he wants.
Well, I think he wants it over and done with, Jim. I don't think there's any doubt about that. I mean, they can sit comfortably in the Scottish Cup final now, but I think he wants it done quicker, because you can get players who start to complain, as he says here. They pick up little knocks here and there. You don't really want that to start creeping into your situation now. I think he wants it over and done with, but tonight's a test for them.
He's a coach who really knows a player, doesn't he?
Well, he's a good manager as well as a clever tactician.
But he knows how a player behaves, doesn't he?
Well,
on and off the field.
Well, of course he does, and I think he treats them with certain respect, and then he can treat them with a little bit of humour thrown into it. You know, players to say that they always do complain. Of course they complain, but it's a nice complaint that they can have, because they're 3 games away from clinching the championship and in a cup final.
But you think Rangers will go on and win it with these 3 games? They will win these 3 games? Well,
I think it's entirely up to them. I think if they've really got the right attitude, I think they're focused to go and get it. They have the quality to do it, but I think if they do it tonight, if they win tonight at Tynecastle, Jim, I think they will win it at St Johnstone.
Well, Charlie, we know that Neil McCann starts on the bench tonight at Tynecastle, but his goals clinched the title for Rangers last season, and he's back at his former club tonight, looking to move closer to another championship medal. He'll never forget the debt he owes to Hearts, but the move to Rangers was one he had to make.
Well, see, you're obviously stepping up that level, because Rangers are such a huge club, and playing in the other side of Glasgow from Celtic, and you're constantly in the public eye, no matter where you are. So in that respect, it's a lot more difficult to handle. But as I say, that's a pressure that comes with playing with a club beside the Rangers. And when I was at Hearts, obviously the focal eye isn't on you as much, but you've still got to go out and play your best. But when you're at Rangers, and they're wanting you to play your best in every game, maybe you can afford a wee lapse at lesser clubs, with all due respect to Hearts, but here it just won't be tolerated with the fans. So it's a lot of different pressures, but ones I enjoy.
Now, I know you'll take the time to have a word with Jim Jefferies at Tynecastle. How important was he in terms of your development?
Played a huge part, as I've already said many a time. Probably if it wasn't for Jim Jefferies, then I wouldn't be sitting at Ibrox, because when my contract was up at Dundee, everybody knew my situation, wasn't enjoying my football. Then Jim Jefferies came in and took a big chance on us when nobody else seemed that they wanted to. So I've got a lot to thank them for. Jim Jeffries, Billy Brown, Hoosty, all the people at the club connected with Hearts, and they gave me that platform to prove myself and show people that I had what it takes to play at a good level, and I'll always be grateful for that. So as I say, I've got a lot to thank them for my improvement in the game, and it'll be nice going to play there on Wednesday night, but hopefully they're putting the ball in the back of their net.
Had things been different, you might even have been playing your football in Austria right now, couldn't you?
Aye, no, that was the situation I was in. Austria, Sturm Graz was a team that I looked set to go to. But as I say, it wasn't ideal. I'd just been married and I didn't really want to go there. So as I say, when Jim Jeffries got notified that I was available, he took the gamble. I couldn't even tell you to this day what the fee was. Couldn't tell you, but he took the gamble. And I said to him that night when he signed, as I say, that I will repay his faith in me. And as I say, hopefully I did that in my short time there.
Well, McCann, we know, went from Hearts to Rangers. Here's a fellow who made the move, but the other way. Antti Niemi, the Finnish goalkeeper, now at Tynecastle. And Charlie, he's enjoying a purple patch right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's playing very well. He's had quite a few clean sheets also lately, but it took him time to get into his pattern and his fluency for Hearts. He was under a lot of pressure, I think, from the supporters. Weren't really doing very much to encourage him. But I think Rousset has kind of faded out of the picture now. And I think Niemi, I always felt like he got a bit of a rough deal at Rangers, to be fair. I know Advocat made his mind up quickly to what goalkeepers he wanted in Charbonnier and then Klaus, but this season, especially the last 3 or 4 months, there's been no better keeper in the country, possibly of anybody. It's only been Klaus. Great reaction, he's got great presence. Goalkeepers, we like them tall, big strong guy, good agility. Yeah, playing very well, Jim. So
he's proving some of his critics wrong then, those who said he couldn't do it at Ibrox at that level. Well, he's doing it, and he's doing it at Hearts now.
Yeah, I don't know so much of his critics, because I think the majority of people have always said that he's a good-looking goalkeeper in terms of his presence and his ability, but he just never really got a long maintained run in the Rangers side.
You feel for Darren Jackson. He knows he will get stick tonight from the Rangers supporters. It doesn't bother him, and he's a good pro, isn't he?
Listen, he's been getting stick off the Hearts fans a few times this season, so Darren's used to that. He's a strong-willed, strong-minded guy, and you have to be with the type of player he is, but he can make them tick.
Claudio Reyna tonight, playing out of position, but playing well for Rangers.
Well, he's not played as well as when he started the season, Jim. I mean, first 6 weeks we'd look back analysis, and this guy was absolutely on fire. I actually thought if he maintained that form, look at this. That's a great finish. Rangers struggled that day, and then, you know, Tynecastle early in the season. Watch him. One thought in his mind, simple pass forward. Keeper isn't great here, Rousset. But I really felt if he would have kept up this type of form the early part of the season, he would have been player of the year this year.
He's got the lot, hasn't he?
He's got everything. He keeps the ball well, he's got clever control, unflappable, great personality, and totally controls the game in midfield. Quality player. He'll be important to Rangers tonight if they are to get this first win of 3, won't he? Yeah, again, because he's so adaptable, Jim. You can see him, he's fluent in his quality in midfield area. But tonight he'll probably step back in mainly right back role. No complaints, just efficient, gets on with it. Not going to make a big song and dance about it. No just complaints. Gets it and keeps it simple.
You never complained when you were a player, did you?
All the time.
It's Hearts against Rangers. It's a big match at Tynecastle tonight. Let's join Davy Provan and Ian Crocker.
Thank you, Jim. With Rangers eager to clinch the title ASAP, and with Hearts keen to secure a European place, this game could have the lot. Uncut, uncompromising, unmissable. The bad news for Hearts is very bad. The man who makes them tick, midfield maestro Colin Cameron, is out with hamstring trouble. Scott Severin comes in for only his second start in 2.5 months. Niemi, Presley, Petric and McSquiggan are out to put one over their former club. The loss of Cameron, though, is a massive blow.
Yeah, you're dead right, Ian. It's a huge blow to Jim Jeffries, and certainly they'll miss Colin Cameron's willingness to get beyond his front two and get into the box. Young man comes in his place tonight, Scott Severin, a different type of player altogether. But I'll tell you what, if he gets physical in that midfield area, he will not be found wanting. A great physique about him, this young man. No natural width looking at that midfield four there, and in that respect, I think Jim will be looking for Gary Naismith in particular to get forward on this side, and also for Darren Jackson in Cameron's absence to get himself up to provide a little bit of help for a front two whose mobility gave Celtic big problems last weekend.
Rangers make 2 changes from the side that trounced Ayr in the Scottish Cup. Billy Dodds comes in for Seb Rosenthal, and Tugai replaces George Albert. Not through choice that. Albert has tweaked a hamstring, but he does make the bench and could get 20 minutes at the end, according to Dick Advocat. Former Hearts hero Neil McCann is also a sub.
Yeah, I don't think there was any value in Dick Advocat taking a chance with George Alberts, but it's still a very strong Rangers lineup. And this is probably a slight exaggeration of the way Rangers will play tonight. I think Tugai and Kanchelskis will tuck in when they lose the ball. Ferguson, we know, will anchor the midfield, although he's getting himself forward a lot more this season. And looking at the front two, Dodds and Wallace, Dick Advocat continually tells us that they're too similar. But I'll tell you what, every time I watch them they get better. Dodds will go short, take it into feet, Wallace prepared to do the long running. And when Rangers do get the ball tonight, Kanchelskis will get himself out onto the touchline to take the ball into feet. On the other side, again, Newman will try and open up this left-hand side. Still a very strong Rangers side.
These Edinburgh-Glasgow clashes are always fiercely contested, to put it politely. These are 2 teams in a hurry. One to clinch a UEFA Cup place, the other to clinch a 49th title. I feel another Titanic Tynecastle tussle coming on. Against his former club, he failed to make an impression on Dick Advocat at Ibrox. With 9 goals in 9 games, Rod Wallace has quickly doubled his tally for the season. He's a quiet type, Rod, never has much to say, but 45 goals in 90 matches for Rangers speaks for itself, I guess. The very first of those came here on the opening day of last season, the last time Hearts beat Rangers. Dick Advocat, not surprisingly, named the manager of the month for March. Rangers have only lost once in the Scottish Premier League this season. Willie Young is the man in charge tonight. It's quite feasible they won't be beaten again, but if they are going to be, then surely Jim Jeffries' Hearts are the best bet. In form themselves, just 1 defeat in 11. They've gone over 6 hours of football without conceding a goal. This, though, is of course the ultimate test. Hearts beat Celtic here in a thriller on Saturday. If they thought that was tough, it's about to get tougher. A lot tougher.
Yeah, I think Jim Jeffries will just be asking his boys tonight, Ian, for more of the same. They were absolutely magnificent against Celtic. Certainly a blow that Colin Cameron's not in his usual place tonight, but if they play half as well as they did against Celtic, they'll work this Rangers side.
Rangers have already beaten Hearts 3 times this season, so there are some scores to settle. Rest assured, the champions and champions-elect will be given a game here. Hearts will have a real go, but Rod Wallace trying to get in. And it needed an intervention from Petric. It's a poor clearance, though, and Kanchelskis, who is in fine form at the moment, is not giving this one up in a hurry. Claudio Reyna. Barry Ferguson. Trying to poke it through to Wallace. Space around, as usual, in the opening minute.
It's a good crisp start by Rangers, and they're moving the ball very freely.
Van Bronckhorst, that one skids wide.
Yeah, he gets the shot away so quickly from this kind of area, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst, and we've talked about his technique often. Doesn't need a great deal of backlift, but gets plenty of power on it. Rangers have made a good start, and I think when you get to this stage in the season, when you can almost reach out and touch the championship tape, then I don't think Dick Advocat will have too much work to do in that dressing room in terms of motivating this Rangers side.
Away by Scott Wilson. Kanchelskis. Ferguson. Arthur Newman leaves it for his fellow countryman Van Bronckhorst. Judy gets it back from Barry Ferguson. Up to Rod Wallace. Bit of space around here for Rangers. Tugai to Kanchelskis. Billy Dodds on the end of that, and it lands on the roof of the net.
Yeah, it just gets away from Thomas Flugel here at the back post. Flugel just doesn't get tight enough here. Billy Dodds, I think, might have done better with the header. It's a looping effort. I don't think he's ever going to beat Niemi.
A couple of warnings for Hearts, who incredibly haven't conceded a league goal here this millennium. An exceptional record, which is about to be tested to the full, to the very extreme. Away by the former Rangers man, Stephen Pressley, who's been a consistent performer in Hearts' defence. A defence that hasn't given much away lately. Ferguson. This is the Rangers captain, Lorenzo Amoruso. Ferguson. Rangers seem to be in their stride already. Ferguson. Just going to go away from Wallace. Presley has to concede the throw. Wallace with 18 goals this season, 9 of them in his last 9 games. Van Bronckhorst comes to Newman, who is a class act, but there are quite a few of those in this Rangers side. Rayner to Dodds. Kanchelskis. Away by Flugel. But it's not going to go very far. The Rangers will be happy with this. They'll be pitching a tent inside this half of the field soon. Ferguson. Rayner. And Tugai got a little casual.
Oh, with a great chance to put Kanchelskis away on the right in, but great stuff from Rangers so far, playing this almost like a two-touch training session.
That was close. Away by Flugel, but Arthur Newman is going to be first to the ball. And Bronckhorst, and that's going to go straight through to Niemi, and Hearts will be rather pleased with a bit of breathing space.
Yeah, I think they'll just want to get up the pitch, Ian. Try and get the back line pushed up towards the halfway line and see if they can take the game to Rangers a bit.
Rangers are the only side in British League football yet to lose away from home this season. They weren't at this time last night, but Wigan's 2-1 defeat at Oldham was their first away loss. So Rangers out on their own in more ways than one. Presley. Wigan's little flick, and Stefan Adam is on the end of it. Jackson in the middle, and it was cut out by Ferguson.
Yeah, Barry Ferguson does well here because Darren Jackson's trying to attack the front post. Scott Wilson trying to pick up Darren Jackson, but Jackson was the target there with the ball across goal there from Adam, and Barry Ferguson did well.
Darren Jackson can certainly send in a decent corner, and Petric is in there. It bounces down for Stefan Kos. Goran Petric facing his former club.
Yeah, it was a similar header from Petric that led to the goal against Celtic at the weekend, and he's climbing well there above Amoruso. Again, no real power in the header.
And Petric is on the end of that. Lee Makel. The wrong way for the time being, but now he finds Ferguson. Ferguson to Dodds, who let it go. Away by Petric though. Now Makel. And then challenged by Amoruso on Jackson.
Yeah, it's a nice little check inside by Jackson there, just too quick for Amoruso on the far side. Perhaps wasting the chance to take the quick free kick. Darren Jackson just drifting off right here. He was just getting away from Amoruso when he was taken late.
Well, Amoruso was rather fortunate not to be sent off for impeding Jackson's progress in the Scottish Cup quarter-final recently between the teams. Here's Wallace. He's got it back in, and Niemi gets a grip on it.
Yeah, that's a kind of long running though from Rod Wallace that Hearts are going to struggle to contain tonight. It's not a bad deep ball in as well. Perhaps just in the air a fraction too long, and Niemi is able to get across his goal and get two hands on it.
Giovanni van Bronckhorst. Ferguson. Reyna. Rangers first, Hearts third. They are separated by only 2 places, but by 25 points. Gaffercat's first league game in charge of Rangers was here at Tynecastle. It ended in defeat, but there haven't been many more since. Jim Jeffries' side going through a really good spell of form just lately. They're keeping clean sheets galore. 8 in their last 9 league matches is hugely impressive. Just when you want to keep that run going, along come Rangers. They're currently on 79 goals in the Scottish Premier League. Pettige's header. Jackson. Lee Makel. Severin looking to return it to Makel. He's poked it past Amoruso, and it's going to go behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, he took up good position there, Lee Makel. And to be fair, Scott Severin just asked a bit too much of him with the ball forward here. Makel at full tilt, did well to nick it round Amoruso. He's never going to catch it.
Hearts currently occupying a UEFA Cup spot, 5 points ahead of their nearest challengers, Motherwell. Niemi's huge kick. Naismith nudged it on. And behind it goes for another goal kick. Scott Wilson, only 23 years of age, but incredibly, such has been the transformation at Rangers in recent times, he is their longest serving player.
Yeah, I mean, it's a frustrating game now for the kids at both Celtic and Rangers, Ian. And by that I mean the native Scots who are coming through the system. So much pressure on the coaches of either side now to get success yesterday. And it may be that Scott Wilson will have to move on.
He's having his best run in the team because Craig Moore is injured. Amoruso's ball over the top. Willie Young playing an advantage there. Not much advantage for Hearts though. Kanchelskis. Naismith did well to shake off Kanchelskis. Barry Ferguson having to cover this. Rangers remain composed. Reyna. Van Bronckhorst. Ferguson. Wallace. They are spraying the passes around. Short and sweet. Reyna up to Wallace. And Billy Dodds. And a good stop from Niemi.
Yeah, he did well to get a shot in here, Billy Dodds, because Thomas Flögel is tight on him here as the back flick from Wallace reaches him. And he needed just a fraction of a yard there to get the hook shot on target. Niemi perfectly positioned to take it. So Billy Dodds continues to look sharp after his hat-trick at the weekend.
Coming off the bench to score that hat-trick against Ayr United. And rewarded with a place in the starting lineup this evening. Ferguson. Two-guy and Wallace not quite on the same wavelength. Swingen could be in here. He's lifted it over close. It's going to go in. Hearts are in front. And it's Gary McSwiggan who scores against his former club.
Well, it's all down to the pace of McSwiggan. But also, I think, a mistake by Stefan Klos, who once he makes up his mind is coming, has to come all the way here. Amoruso, I think, is getting to McSwiggan. And I think that's a bad error of judgment there from the Rangers keeper, who decided he was coming all the way, and by the time he realised he wasn't getting there, it was too late. The deft lob there from Gary McSwegan, and Hearts have scored with their first real chance of the match.
Jim Jeffries lives and breathes football. And after beating Celtic here at the weekend, Hearts have won up against Rangers. Guy looking for Dodds. Wallace might latch onto it yet. It trickles through to Niemi. The Jambos of Edinburgh looking to do the double over the Glasgow Giants. The last team to play the Old Firm clubs in successive matches and beat them both was Aberdeen in 1975. Rangers will be rankled now though, but they might be under pressure again here. Lee Makel is down hurt at the moment, but Hearts are on the attack. He's gradually got to his feet. Thomas Flugel, who scored a great goal for Austria recently. Flugel again. Claudio Reyna. Kanchelskis. Two-guy, Van Bronckhorst, magnificent move this from Rangers, but Pressley meets the cross. Two-guy. And Van Bronckhorst gets it back from Two-guy. Away by the goal scorer McSwegan. Severin was quickly in. Here's a dam. And it sprung off Newman and went back to Stefan Klos. Ferguson. And the challenge by Pressley on Billy Dodds gives Rangers a free kick, and you can imagine they're a bit like Manchester United now. When they go a goal down, they get annoyed. Challenge from behind by Petric on Wallace brings Rangers another free kick.
Yeah, it's a needless concession here by Gordon Petric. He just tries to get across the front of Rod Wallace there. He was almost second favourite.
No Alberts, of course. He's on the bench with that hamstring tweak, so it's Lorenzo Amoruso who's going to battle one, and Niemi couldn't hold it, but he smothered and scrambled the rebound from Dodds away.
Well, that's a magnificent save by Niemi. I don't think you can expect him to catch this, such as the power in the shot. But he's left exposed here. Look at Wallace and Dodds, who react quicker than anyone else. And Niemi again gets across his goal. He didn't know much about that one, but his reaction here is first class. And I think it might even be Two-guy who's first in there, along with Rod Wallace.
Kanchelskis sent it in. Scott Wilson now. Claudio Reyna. Ferguson. Two-guy. Picking out Billy Dodds, who in turn finds Wallace, who waits for others to arrive on the scene. Claudio Reyna. Across to Arthur Newman. It's got a bit on it, but Newman gets there and delivers. Dodds was stumbling, so was Fludel, but the Austrians still managed to sneak it outside of the box. It's been a lively start. Dick Advocaat will know that his side will create plenty of chances. He won't be too worried at the moment, although he doesn't like losing at all. Rayner has a flag up for an offside against Tugai.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he was allowed an awful lot of room as he came forward there, Tugai, Ian, and Rangers' movement from midfield forward is giving Hearts major problems here. If you look at the room Tugai has here, and that's a hair's breadth decision there, very, very tight as the ball was played forward.
Maruso's header almost as firm as his earlier free kick. Not quite up there in the power stakes though. Jackson. Wigan. Maruso having none of him. Scott Wilson is pressured by Darren Jackson, who was always going to be up for this contest, former Celtic man.
Yeah, Darren Jackson fighting all the way for this, but the photographer just a yard off the pitch here doesn't help matters for Scott Wilson there. Well, Scott Wilson's maybe lucky to escape injury there.
But it was a great picture from that camera. Van Bronckhorst doesn't quite get it back. Kluber made sure of that. Oh, it's given away. Rod Wallace. Several options available, including Andrei Kanchelskis. Ferguson. Van Bronckhorst. Dodds. And Van Bronckhorst again. He's not quite going to get there.
Yeah, unusually his first touch lets him down here. He plays a good ball into the feet of Billy Dodds there. Looking for a 1-2 to open Hearts up. He gets a good return, and it's that touch there that lets him down. Just drifts away from him. The Rangers' movement has been first class so far. They may be a goal down, but they look to be in the mood from midfield forward this evening.
Rangers 19 matches unbeaten at the moment. They've only lost the one league game all season. The flag is up against Lee Makel there. Lee Makel signed by Kenny Dalglish for Blackburn, also played for Newcastle and Huddersfield in England. Scott Wilson. Kanchelskis has made a decent run, but he was checked by Naismith. I think, will that be a free kick?
Good advantage. Maybe not.
Might still be. Now he's going to give something Willie Young.
Yeah, you can see what he tried to do. He tried to allow Rangers an advantage in, but he doesn't know how it's going to pan out, and I think there's been a yellow card shown there for Scott Severin. Yeah, he's a fraction late there.
Yellow card indeed, shown by Willie Young to Scott Severin, the replacement tonight for the injured Colin Cameron.
Yeah, he's a different type of player, Ian, more of a holding player, but a great engine, a great physique. And this kind of midfield battle tonight, the physical contest, might just be right up his street. A great prospect.
And Bronckhorst just about getting to his feet. Certainly felt the force of the challenge, which earned Severin a yellow card. It's a long way out, but I do believe Amoruso fancies it again. Not quite as good as his first effort, was it?
Well, this has to go into the slightly over-ambitious category, I think. Must be 40 yards out there.
Did you ever try one from 40 yards? Because I've seen a few of your free kicks.
I'll tell you what, there'll be a steward's inquiry if Niemi was beaten from that range.
I think that Maruso knows he hasn't got any competition from Albert at the moment on the free kick front. Now, will it break from Makel? And Maruso racing across. It's a Hearts throw. And it'll be taken by young Gary Naismith. Gets it back from Jackson. Who delivers? Away by Amoruso. And Chelskis has kept it in, but a fine challenge. Tremendous tackle by Michael. Oh, he's showing off now. Here's Naismith. Wonderful from Hearts. Adam let it go. Foss is going to get there in the end.
Yeah, it's a good dummy there by Adam, and Arthur Newman didn't know much about it there as the ball came off him and spun into the air.
Well, this game is certainly flowing. Ferguson finds Kanchelskis, a man in form. So of course he goes and does that. Typical. Michael. Adam having problems getting past Arthur Newman, and the popular Frenchman forced into conceding a throw. Two-guy to Rayner. Rangers wounded, a goal down. Gary McSwiggan on target for Hearts. Rayner, two-guy, away by Flugel. Jackson did well. Flugel had it taken off his toes by Dodds, who's actually got the throw going his way. Ferguson always available. Rayner. Kanchelskis. Two-guy sold by Scott Severin, who has to tread carefully, of course, for the rest of this game now, having been booked. I think that'll be a free kick. A rather blatant push by Stephen Pressley on Wallace. Scott Wilson. Rayner. Kanchelskis. Ready to deliver the goods, but it's collected reasonably comfortably by the former Rangers keeper, Niemi.
Yeah, it looked an easy catch, but it bounced just in front of him. A very slippy surface tonight. The goalkeeper did well there.
Flag is up for offside. Rangers won 4-0 here back in August. They beat Hearts 1-0 at Ibrox in December with a last-minute winner from George Alberts, and then put 4 past them again in the Scottish Cup quarter-final. So Hearts owe them, and they lead at the moment. Pressley with a free kick. It's going to spin behind for a goal kick. Arthur Newman had a lot of injury problems in his first season at Rangers. We didn't get to see the best of him, but we are doing now.
Yeah, I think it's going to mean a harder shift for Stefan Adam on the right-hand side tonight, Ian, because he's being left to track Newman all the way. Thomas Flugel is tucking in to pick up Billy Dodds to leave Stephen Pressley spare, and that means Adam is going to have to work that whole right side there.
Pressley. Now, Hearts looking to cause a few problems for Rangers again. Free kick though has been given against McSwiggan for a foul on Amoruso.
Yeah, Gary McSwiggan not happy about that, but he clearly eases Amoruso off the ball there. McSwiggan had a tremendous game here at the weekend against Celtic. The mobility of the front pair really was exceptional.
Claudio Rayner. Ball, was it from Wallace? Nothing doing. Much to the Hearts fans' dismay. Here's Rayner. They'll be even more dismayed if something comes of this. Kanchelskis, ooh, it flashed right across.
Yeah, you can't get better service than that, Ian. He makes half a yard. He's so quick and so sharp these days, Kanchelskis. Gary Gary Naismith perfectly positioned here. He's no slouch. Kanchelskis, tremendous early delivery there between the goalkeeper and the last defender. And it's just perhaps just a bit too much pace on it for Billy Dodds to get in the end of. This man's looking far more like himself these days.
Wilson allowing McSwiggan in. Gary McSwiggan's shot slithers through to close. Gary McSwiggan actually scored a title-clinching goal for Rangers 7 years ago, I think it was, at Airdrie. Billy Dodds, back to the present day Rangers. Tugay, the Turkish international. Arena stumbled, and that stumble may well benefit Hearts. Oh, Makel poked it on to Gary Naismith, and he's away here with Jackson in the middle. Doesn't reach him though, Amoruso made sure of that.
That's a good break there, engineered by Makel and Naismith on the left-hand side. Adam and Jackson covering a lot of ground there on the far side to try and get themselves into the box. Amoruso, though, in perfect position to clear.
Naismith's throw. Amoruso aware of Adam's presence. Of course, he knew what he was doing all the time there.
But again, you see there, when Amoruso has the ball, the willingness of Hearts to put pressure on the ball. Gary McSwiggan on that occasion. But Hearts have pressed the ball so well tonight, and that's what's making it difficult at the moment for Rangers.
McSwiggan. Stefan Adam. Amoruso's got that covered. Rangers could open up a 16-point gap at the top of the Scottish Premier League if they win here. But they are losing at the moment. Dodds. Arthur Newman. Barry Ferguson. Now Rayner. Rayner had 2 men on him, Makel and Severin, but they wasted their good efforts by giving it away. Here's Tugay. Van Bronckhorst arrives on the scene and drags it wide.
Yeah, I think he should have done better there, Ian, with this man's technique. He should be looking to hit the target there. Just drags it wide of the right-hand post. Niemi not troubled, and you can see his reaction there.
Well, later in the week, our nationwide boys never miss out on a possible party. Charlton could clinch promotion to the Premiership, but Huddersfield is still chasing a playoff place. We're at the Valley on Friday on Sky Sports 3 and Sky Sports Extra, and on Sunday our next Scottish offering is Motherwell against Kilmarnock. That's also on Sky Sports 3 at 6 o'clock on Sunday. Motherwell still harbouring European hopes. Kilmarnock hoping just to stay in the top flight. Wallace. Rayner. Kanchelskis. Lee Makel putting himself about, concedes the throw. Wallace trying to shake off Petric. And now trying to shake off Makel. And unable to do so. McSwiggan leaves it for Makel. Jackson. Lovely first time ball on for McSwiggan. Jackson. Jackson's cross, and Stefan Adam on the end of it.
I don't know whether Adam was the target. I think Severin was Darren Jackson's target there, Ian. And he wasn't going to beat Stefan Klos from that range.
Intriguing tussle between Kanchelskis and Naismith. Developing. Makel. Good run from McSwiggan, but he wasted the cross completely.
Well, he's the man who made all the difference tonight. It was all down to his pace. Rangers gave the ball away cheaply, A good early ball forward by Makel. Kloss comes all the way there, I think needlessly. And Gary McSwegan didn't have to be asked twice. Super finish.
Ferguson trying to do something about that goal, though. Now Claudio Reyna. Kanchelskis. Stray one from him. Darren Jackson. Severin. Oh, what a pass to McSwiggan. It's taken on his head, though, and that's allowed Scott Wilson to marshal it behind for a corner, for a goal kick, rather. Makel proving to be quite a nuisance in the midfield. Claudio Reyna. Flugel. Ferguson to try again, and Dodds won't get to that. Niemi lets it go. Jim Jeffries Jambos hoping to return to European football. They were in the last ever Cup Winners' Cup competition, of course, last season, going out to the eventual finalists, Mallorca. Smith, who was called into the Scotland squad recently for their friendly with the French. Really is a terrific prospect, and I know you're a big admirer of him, David.
Yeah, very much so, Ian. Callum Davidson, the man in possession, but Gary Naismith appears to be second in the queue, just ahead of Stevie McMillan at Motherwell. And another product of this Hearts youth system, which has been so productive.
Jackson couldn't quite nip in, but he nearly did. Ferguson on the rampage, and it's opening up in front of him here, until Lee Makel got there, that is. Reyna and McSwiggan do battle. Everyone's getting stuck in here. They've got a man down, but they're on the attack. He's opening up for them a little bit with Severin, but it doesn't quite go for the return from Jackson.
Yeah, Stefan Adam might have been the right pass here on the right-hand side.
By Amoruso. Hoisted clear by Pendridge, but it's a throw. Reyna. Disappointing that for Rod Wallace, but let's clear up this yellow card for Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. He just caught Severin there, and he got a card for it.
Yeah, follow through there by Giovanni Van Bronckhorst. And it means he can't afford one more mistimed challenge. We saw Paul Lambert end up taking an early walk here on Saturday for 2 late challenges.
So, yellow cards for Severin and for Van Bronckhorst. Challenges on each other. Makel, he has Jackson and Naismith nearby. Naismith hassled by Rayner, forced to go back to Presley. Severin. Come off Arthur Newman. It'll be a Hearts throw. The rain swirling around Tynecastle. It's been really, really nasty weather here for a couple of days. Absolutely teeming down. Unusually for Scotland, of course.
I think the players might be glad of the rain in. Certainly on Saturday the pitch was starting to dry out, very bumpy. A bit easier for them tonight.
Wigan. It'll be a free kick to Rangers.
Yeah, he knew right away he was going to be penalised here, leading with the sole of his boot there. And you can see Arthur Newman had one eye on the ball and one on Gary McSwegan's boot.
Two guys' hopes of doing anything there were interrupted by the presence of Tomaszek. Just did enough, and it spins off down Bronckhorst for a Hearts throw. The Rangers have won on 4 of their last 5 visits to Tynecastle. It's not going their way at the moment, with just over 5 minutes of the first half remaining.
The Hearts have contained them well, particularly in the wide areas. Arthur Newman really hasn't managed to get forward. On the other side, Kanchelskis has been one-on-one with Gary Naismith just once in the whole match.
Michael. I think he's conceded a free kick there for a foul on Amoruso, who takes it quickly. This is Tugai. Kanchelskis. Rayner. Wallace, it came at him a bit too quickly for his liking. Amoruso, I do believe he's going to have another go, and that one was really awkward for Antti Niemi, but he dealt with the bounce in front of him.
Yeah, it kicks up just in front of Niemi here, and I think he's angry here that he's not protected as the ball comes off him. Again, it's Billy Dodds who would have been first on the scene had Niemi beat it out the way. He's fortunate, it drops just to his side there and he's able to gather.
Have gone almost 7 hours without conceding a goal now. They're looking for a second themselves, but suddenly it breaks for Rangers with Billy Dodds. Now Rayner. Kanchelskis. It's Claudio Rayner. He's got the space. Oh, and it deflected off Petric.
Yeah, Michael just trying to get half a yard there to deliver the back post cross, and Hearts had enough bodies goal side.
Of course, ran the Old Firm very close in the title race a couple of seasons ago, but won the Scottish Cup that year. Now Van Bronckhorst once again involved.
Well, neither of them can afford another mistake. Giovanni Van Bronckhorst and Scott Severin there.
What can Hearts do with this? Not a lot. It's away by Ferguson. Presley with a flying header. Bludel. Stefan Adam. He has Arthur Newman to contend with. In the end, he will get the throw. Adam making his 100th appearance for Hearts. Makel's cross. Oh, it's going to come to Darren Jackson! Just wide, but it's diverted wide. It's a corner.
Yeah, it's Scott Wilson who does just enough here, because Darren Jackson does well here to take the early volley. And it was on target had it not been for Scott Wilson. Just getting close enough there to block the effort.
Jackson's corner, and free kick's been given in a spot of pushing.
I think it's given against Gary McSwegan, but it was a superb corner there from Darren Jackson.
Morena. The flag does go up.
Yeah, Hearts did well here to step up. And two Rangers forwards caught offside. And I think Hearts will be quite happy to protect this lead until the interval. Although I'd imagine Jim Jeffries will expect to see Neil McCann appear sooner rather than later for Rangers.
There'll be just 1 minute of added on time in this first half. There's a handball by Lee Makel. Maruso's free kick, read by Naismith. Here's Makel. Poor touch from Naismith that time. Presents Rangers with a throw. Ferguson. Van Bronckhorst. Newman. Ferguson over the top for Tugai. And oh, it's Rod Wallace has equalised. And Hearts are claiming handball, I think. The goal's going to stand.
Yeah, Thomas Flogel and Darren Jackson pursuing Willie Young all the way to the halfway line. Long ball forward. Well, that appeared to be a clear use of the right arm there by Tugai to set the chance up. Good early ball by Barry Ferguson, we have to say. Willie Young lets them go, and that's a marvellous finish there by Rod Wallace. But up goes the right arm, and it doesn't get much clearer than that. But Rod Wallace didn't have to be asked twice, and that is a marvellous finish by Wallace. But Hearts will feel hard done by there.
Well, Jim Jeffries and Hearts will be fuming at that. Goal that should not have been allowed to stand. Stand it does. Well, everyone around Tynecastle seemed to stop when Tugai handled it, but there was no shout from the linesman, no shout from the referee, and Rangers have got away with that one, and they've equalised right on the stroke of half-time. Billy Dodds now steps in. What a turning point that could prove to be. It's Kanchelskis. It's half-time at Tynecastle, and you can hear the reaction from the Hearts fans because Willie Young missed the handball there. Gary McSwegan had put Hearts in front, but a controversial equaliser. Fine finish from Rod Wallace. He shouldn't have counted because Tugai handled it en route to goal. So the half ends with plenty of complaints from Hearts here, and no wonder. There's certainly no complaints here though, when Rangers got into a bit of a tangle. Lee Makel put Gary McSwegan on his way. Stefan Kloss committed himself. McSwegan from a Rangers striker on target. But then, a clear handball from Tugai. But Rod Wallace's goal allowed to stand. Rangers tying it up on the stroke of half-time, but plenty for Jim and Charlie to discuss in a moment or two. At the break at Tynecastle, it's Hearts 1, Rangers 1.
Live golf coming up for you on Friday morning. It's the inaugural Seve Ballesteros Trophy. Europe take on Great Britain and Ireland in a Ryder Cup style tournament featuring the likes of Darren Clarke, Lee Westwood, Sergio Garcia and of course the two captains Colin Montgomerie and Seve Ballesteros. Exclusively live from Sunningdale. Our coverage begins Friday morning from 8 o'clock on Sky Sports 1. Now at Tynecastle, a really engrossing contest between Hearts and Rangers. And a thoroughly controversial end to the first half, as you'll see. It's 1-1 at the break. So, a goal apiece, a booking apiece. Severin of Hearts, Van Bronckhorst of Rangers. These two having a go at it. The Rangers have had more of the first half and have, as we're about to see, controversially dragged themselves back into this game. It is 1-1 as things stand at Tynecastle. And Charlie, do you think that is a fair reflection on the first half, that it should be 1-1 at the break?
I think in terms of possession, I think Rangers have had lots of possession, especially in the midfield area, which I think Hearts have let them to come and dominate in a certain way. But I think when Hearts have had the ball, Jim, I think they've made the best use of it. So yeah. I would have to say that I don't think it was a goal, and we'll see it closer.
We'll see that in a
the
second.
Rangers goal. But I think Hearts probably edged getting in front, because I think defensively Rangers were found wanting, basically.
Well, no doubt about the Hearts goal. It was a good one, but Stefan Klos, Davy Provan was critical of him. Should he have been?
Well, I can see why Davy said, yeah, he's got to take some of the responsibility. I'm still wondering why Wilson and Amoruso went to sleep on it, though. You know, because when you're in possession like this, it's no guarantee that you're holding on to it. But they're all over the place. Look at the gap through the middle. I mean, I would think even Klos is struggling to get there, and probably that indecisiveness has caused these defenders to switch off. So both him, Amoruso in particular, I think have to take responsibility. What a cool finish it was.
He did well finishing it, didn't he? Let's get to it then, the controversial moment. Was it or was it not handball from Tugai? You think it was?
Yes, it was. It's great agility, I have to say. It gets up ever so well, but it actually comes off just a higher part of his arm. It's cushioned well, and what a lethal finish it is from Wallace. We'll see it from a better angle. You can see the arm going up to give himself a little bit of elevation. Stunning finish from Wallace. But Hearts, look, watch the defenders.
Is that his shoulder or is that his arm?
I think it's the top of his arm, Jim. See it there, there you go. Just the top part of his arm, not far away from the shoulder. But the other guys in the middle, the Hearts defenders, they switched off.
Do you think Wallace blasted it thinking the referee would blow?
Well, listen, if you're a striker, you go and take the chance. If it's in the back of the net and he blows the whistle, then fair enough, but he didn't. Well, what did the defenders say about it? They have to react the same way, because if they don't, they suddenly lose a goal, and that's exactly what happened. Shouldn't have been a goal, but you must play out until the decision is made. OK, well, there are other games going on tonight, both in Scotland and in England. Here are the latest scores. Now, in the Scottish Premier League, it's Kilmarnock 1, Aberdeen 0. Paul Wright, formerly of Aberdeen, of course, he's put Killie 1 up. That could be a big result for Kilmarnock if it stays that way. In the Premiership in England, it's Chelsea 0, Coventry 1. There's a surprise, Gary McAllister. And they've only scored 8 times away all season. West Ham 0, Newcastle 1, Gary Speed. And Wimbledon 0, Sheffield Wednesday 0. That would be a huge result for Sheffield Wednesday. Jill de Bilde with that one. So it's a highly charged game at Tynecastle. It's 1-1 right now as things stand. The second half coming up after this. Live football coming up over the next few days on Sky Sports starts with Charlton looking to clinch promotion to the Premiership. They're meeting with Huddersfield on Sky Sports 3 and Sky Sports Extra from 7 o'clock on Friday. On Sunday, Leeds meet Arsenal on Super Sunday from 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 1 and Sky Sports Extra. And the next live football from Scotland is on Sunday when Motherwell face Kilmarnock. That's from 6 o'clock on Sky Sports 3. It's 1 each at Tynecastle. Let's rejoin Ian Crocker.
Thank you, Jim. I bet I know what they were talking about over their half-time play in Bovril here. That controversial equaliser for Rangers. The first league goal conceded by Hearts at Tynecastle this millennium, since in fact before Christmas when Hibs scored here. But it's a goal that shouldn't have been. It's a goal that was though, and Rangers holding themselves back on level terms. Hearts were pretty fired up in the first half. I think after what happened right at the end of it, they will be even more fired up in the second half. But Chelsea's kept that in, and Wallace poked it wide.
Yeah, he did well there, Andrei Kanchelskis. He refuses to give up here. Just hooks the ball back as Gary Naismith thinks it's running out there, and he sets up a chance for Rod Wallace. Perseverance there by the Ukrainian.
Rangers are actually unbeaten in their last 6 meetings with Hearts, and they've won 5 of them. So Dick Abercat will know that his team are rather fortunate to be on level terms here, although they had a lot of possession. Jackson. Knocked on by Adam. Maruso first to it though. And what's he up to here? He's only cleared it as far as... Oh, what a chance here. It's just turned wide by McSwiggan.
Well, that's shocking defending there by Lorenzo Amoruso, who is far too slack at times. I don't know what he's thinking about on this occasion here. He gets himself in an awkward situation, a poor clearance, and Gary McSwiggan had a real chance to hit the target there. I don't know what Amoruso's thinking about there. That's the first chance, and a good one for Martin this second half.
One of Lorenzo's more entertaining attempts to clear the ball. Ferguson. Stray one from Tugai that time, and he gets it back from McSwiggan. And Chelskis. Lee Makel says, that's mine. McSwiggan. Makel again. Jackson to his left. No free kick as Naismith is stopped in his tracks. Tomczak in there trying to help it on. Away by Presley, but only to Kanchelskis. Rayner. Arthur Newman. Rayner. Full pass. Straight to Flugel, and now a chance for Hearts to create something with Severin, but drifted away from Jackson. Rayner hassled by Makel. Ferguson. Tugai. Here's Van Bronckhorst. Tugai again. Rayner. Was trying to put Newman in, but he rather failed miserably to do so.
Yeah, once again though, Stefan Adam was in a good position. He had tracked Arthur Newman all the way down that left-hand side. And they really haven't managed to get Newman into the game, principally down to this man's contribution.
Severin sending it straight through to Stefan Kloss. Wilson to Wallace. Rayner. Tugai giving it away. Now was Naismith clipped? No, says Willie Young. Or was he? No, he's given the free kick. Throw in 2 Rangers.
Yeah, certainly no reason for Gary Naismith to go down here other than that he was tripped. On his way into a good position there and behind Scott Wilson.
Van Bronckhorst tidying up. Amoruso. Dodds shaking off Flugel. Newman. Ferguson. Two guys not given a moment's space. Rayner up towards Wallace, away by Severin, but only to Amoruso. Scott Wilson. Rayner. He's had a bit of a burst here. Claudio Rayner, and now Wallace! Super save from Niemi.
Yeah, it certainly was. Rod Wallace took up great position here. A wonderful run by Rayner, who makes a reverse pass. And that's a good save by Niemi. Good reverse ball there by Rayner to play Wallace in. Found a little bit of space. Couldn't make it count.
Van Bronckhorst delivers. It's a real awkward one, but it's connected comfortably in the end by Niemi, who certainly didn't make it look so awkward. Finnish international keeper, who found himself well down the queue at Rangers. Actually had a spell at Charlton on loan earlier in the season, but didn't play for them. He's on collision course with Makel, but he's picked out Kanchelskis, and Tugai returns it to Andrei Kanchelskis. And the cross is once again taken by Niemi, who seems to get a bit of a kick there from Dodds.
Yeah, at least they've taken a sore one. It was a great exchange there by Kanchelskis and Tugai. Kanchelskis gets the freedom, puts in a decent ball into the front post. Niemi has both hands on the ball there. It's a good ball in there by Kanchelskis. Niemi's brave, down at the feet of Billy Dodds. And they appeared just to catch him late there. I've got to say, I think that's accidental, and I don't think anyone who knows this man would think it would put in a deliberate challenge on the goalkeeper there to hurt him. That's never been his style, and I think he catches Anthony Niemi accidentally there.
Well, he was certainly showing plenty of concern for the state of the Hearts keeper. And indeed, he's not the sort to be malicious.
Yeah, Niemi's brave here because the ball's whipped into a good area by Kanchelskis.
Blow for Jim Jeffries tonight before the game when Colin Cameron was ruled out with hamstring trouble, but his side always give it a go. He demands nothing less than that. Looks like he needs a bit of a bandage.
Yeah, he certainly had the cold spray on it a moment ago. I'm surprised they're strapping it to be honest with you. Be here all night. It's a big bandage.
I don't think he'll be fitting much in that leg now at all. He's okay to continue though. Spent a couple of years at Rangers. This is his 15th game for Hearts. 7 clean sheets in that time. Drops for Ferguson. Amoruso's header. Makel, away by Wilson. Here's Tomaszek though, the Slovakian international. Leaving it for Makel. Who slips Naismith in. First time cross, McSwiggan's header! Oh, and somehow Stefan Klos got down there to keep it out.
Oh, it's a world-class save because it's a wonderful move by Hearts there. Michael sending Naismith away, a good delivery in. McSwiggan couldn't have done much better there. And what a reaction save by Stefan Klos. The ball's behind him there, and he manages to dig it off the goal line.
Darren Jackson's corner. Here's Wallace. Newman. Up towards Billy Dodds, who is getting booed by the Hearts fans, despite the lack of intent in that last challenge. Niemi. Tony Arena. Kanchelskis. Reyna. Kanchelskis toying with Hearts. Oh, plenty of power on that one, just wide.
Yeah, he's just got such quick feet, Andrew Kanchelskis. This is a nightmare for Gary Naismith here. Oh, what a save by Stefan Klos. Tremendous delivery by Naismith. McSwiggan must have thought he had scored there. No, he can't quite believe it, can he?
He definitely thought he'd scored. Some save from the German keeper, though. Presley. Flugel. Darren Jackson lurking, but Wilson was there initially, then Ferguson, and then Reyna. Petric. And a bit of a charge. Severin. Newman's going to step in on that temporarily. Stefan Adam. Oh, he slipped as he went to cross it, allowing Van Bronckhorst to give it to Tugay. Ferguson also gives it to Tugay. Now Wallace. What a move this is from Rangers. It's Billy Dodds. And a vital interception from Naismith. Here he is again, Gary Naismith. Oh, he might yet advance. Still going. Wonderful work from Gary Naismith. Cracking cross. Oh, Jackson couldn't finish it off.
Well, once again, it's wonderful service in there from the left-hand side from Gary Naismith. Tremendous willingness and determination to get through here. Tremendous delivery as well. Darren Jackson a fraction short of getting on the end of it. But you can't ask for a better delivery into the box than Gary Naismith provides here. And Darren Jackson just couldn't quite make up the ground.
Gary Naismith had them up on their feet. And Ferguson. A bit of yellow card in the build-up to that move when Naismith sent the cross in. Tried to get a challenge in. Meantime, Hearts have got a free kick. Michael took the free kick. Petric is going to retrieve it. He's got absolutely no support. And two Rangers men on him. Good luck, Gordon. He's got the throw. Jackson. Rangers move quickly now. Hearts able to mop up though. Stephen Presley has it, been ever present this season.
Well, the crowd urging Hearts forward at the moment, but Rangers, I think, starting to look very, very dangerous on the break. Not starting to get caught with too many numbers forward.
Severin knocked it on. Dodds. Down. Oh, he's poked that one into touch. It'll be a Rangers throw for Arthur Newman, even though Adam got a whack on the head for his troubles. Dodds. Van Bronckhorst. Amoruso. Wallace. Rayner. Van Bronckhorst. Dodds. They've got to bring it under control. Rayner. Kanchelskis. Claudio Rayner. Wilson. Scott Wilson's going to go all the way back to Stefan Klos. Rangers with 8 wins in their last 10 matches, but that wasn't the best of clearances from Klos. They survived that though. Now Lorenzo Amoruso has it. Van Bronckhorst. Ferguson. Dodds. Two-guy. Rayner. Miscontrolled by Kanchelskis. Barry Ferguson then getting a yellow card. And this is why.
Yeah, just the blatant use of the arm there as he tried to stop Gary Naismith going forward there.
Amoruso sends one over the top. Naismith lets it go. Ferguson. Van Bronckhorst. Gets the throw.
This is playing away patiently. Hearts keeping very disciplined, very compact. It's not easy to break a side down when they're sat in the way Hearts are at the moment.
Amoruso and Kanchelskis is in here. Oh, wonderfully set up for Billy Dodds. Champion stuff from Rangers.
Well, I spoke too soon, Ian. It's a wonderfully engineered goal by Rangers there. All made by a terrific pass here in behind. Little layoff. And, well, Billy Dodds doesn't miss him from there. Good ball in behind. Kanchelskis, the cushioned layoff. And Dodds rams it past Niemi. And Hearts up until then had been looking very comfortable in the second half.
Billy Dodds, 19th of the season. He's actually still Dundee United's top scorer, mind you, as well as banging them in for Rangers. Claudio Rayner. Billy Dodds. Here's Rayner, who is going to make way for Alberts in a moment. Kanchelskis. Rayner slipping it through for Wallace. And it's going to be a corner, and credit to Pressley.
Yeah, once again, the movement of Rod Wallace is first class here. Just finds a little bit of space in the inside right channel. And Stephen Presley does well here, just to get the last minute block in. But Rangers now with Hearts very much on the back foot, trying to finish this one off.
The Rangers fans at that end await Van Bronckhorst corner, and they are in fine voice. Often in fine voice. Van Bronckhorst in the corner. Two guy! I think it was a dam who might have got in the way of that. And charging out again, the Frenchman, but Amoruso picked by Darren Jackson, and that's going to be a yellow card for him.
Yeah, Willie Young was reaching for the card the minute the contact was made there. Well, Darren Jackson appeared to know what he was doing there. I don't think he can have any complaints at all. You don't get much later than that. Darren Jackson with the hands up here.
And he is the fourth man to be booked in this gripping contest. The Rangers fans are on their feet in party mood again. But there is going to be one big talking point for this game. That goal that was allowed to stand on the stroke of half-time. They're certainly singing in the rain, though, at Tynecastle tonight, the Rangers fans. He certainly isn't. McSwiggan couldn't quite lift it over Amoruso. Had he done so, Jackson could have been in. Here's two guy. Ferguson. Amoruso now the target of the Hearts boo boys. They've had a few to boo tonight. Van Bronckhorst. Dodds. Dodds was trying to put Newman in. Stephen Presley. Flugel. McSwiggan. Adam. Neat move this from Hearts. Can they profit from it? Makel. He ran into trouble. Made a brave attempt to hang on in there, but Billy Dodds has it. Van Bronckhorst. Rayner. Rangers still waiting to bring on Alberts for Rayner. Chelskis. Chelskis. Two guy. Wallace. Rayner. Hearts just can't get the ball at the moment. And Chelskis sent it in. Free kick given against Tugai for the foul on Tomaszek.
Yeah, Hearts at last getting in the ball. Rangers really have kept possession well. They've gone ahead. They're about to make a change as well.
George Alberts has scored in both previous league games against Hearts this season, although he missed a penalty in the Scottish Cup quarter-final against them. Generally an excellent record, though. The Jambos, Alberts is on. And last, for Claudio Reyna, he was left on the bench, not through choice, but because he'd been feeling his hamstring a little bit. I think Advocaat didn't want to risk him from the start. Van Bronckhorst steers it away. Ferguson. Two-guy. Petric was quickly in. So was Two-guy, though, for Rangers there. Alberts gets his first touch. And his second. Cut out by Severin. Wilson's challenge. Wins it back for Rangers, who have it now with Andre Kanchelskis. Two-guy. Dodds header. McSwiggan. Losing out to Van Bronckhorst. Here's Dodds. Severin. Flugel. Presley. Helped on by McSwiggan to Adam. He has Lee Makel with him. Naismith. And Adam. It whistled wide from Stefan Adam.
Yeah, he had to take it early. He was being closed down by Barry Ferguson. More encouraging this for Jim Jefferies. That's arguably the best move of the second half. Adam well wide of the target. They had no alternative there but to try and take that one early.
His kick actually was knocked back by McSwiggan, and a free kick right on the edge of the box for Wilson's foul on Adam.
Yeah, clear use of the hands and the arms here by Scott Wilson, flaming all over Stefan Adam. And yellow carded for his troubles here. And gives Hearts a free kick, a very dangerous position. They really have to look at getting a shot on target here.
So a yellow card for Scott Wilson. And an opportunity here for Hearts to draw level. Amoruso is getting a bit involved. What's he doing out there with Lee Makel? Amoruso making his point to Willie Young, but he shouldn't. Oh, he's going to get a card. He shouldn't even be out there at all.
Just one more too many there by Lorenzo Amoruso, and he was going to get away with it there, decided to keep the argument going, and totally needlessly now has ended up in Willie Young's boot.
Hearts need something special from Darren Jackson, but it bounced back off the wall. Flugel whipped it back in. Rangers could be on the break here with Alberts. Scott Wilson. Ferguson. This is Newman. Dodds. Ferguson. Newman is a man on Adam, but he's released it. Petric beat Wallace to it. Barry Ferguson jumped in ahead of Darren Jackson. Yellow card then for the Rangers captain. For a word too many to Willie Young. And Hearts are going to bring on Stevie Fulton here. with Gary McSwiggan making way.
Yeah, appears to be limping slightly, Gary McSwiggan. That's a lot of the hamstring injury for a part of this season. They just have tightened up. And that'll mean that Darren Jackson will push on now, play up front with Stefan Adam.
Coulter on for the final quarter of an hour to make the 249th league appearance of his career. Flugel skimmed off the head of Adam. Our Rangers going to go 16 points clear at the top. The Gabacats men could actually win the title for sure if they win here and at Dundee United on Saturday. And Celtic lose at home to Dundee. Implausible perhaps, but certainly not impossible. Newman. Van Bronckhorst in support. Alberts. Stopped in his tracks by Presley. Fulton. Ferguson. Two-guy. Kanchelskis. He's spun away from Naismith here, and it had to be pushed behind by Niemi.
Yeah, Kanchelskis at his very best there. Came inside here, and I think Hearts thought he was going to have a go with his left side. Decided to check back onto his right. And it wasn't a bad effort at all. Niemi had to react quickly, low to his left.
Alberts gets a wonderful reception as it goes across to the corner where the Rangers fans are to take this. Alberts looks really awkward and Niemi did well.
Yeah, it's a good corner, a lot of movement on the ball there as it arrives at the back post. And Niemi does the right thing, he's under this, and at full stretch he manages to get it behind the goal line.
Try again then, and it was Ferguson, or rather Van Bronckhorst who was unmarked on the far post. Kanchelskis. Here is Ferguson. He would turn up sooner or later. Van Bronckhorst. Loose from Henry Ferguson that time, but uncompromisingly dealt with by Lorenzo Amoruso. Severin hassled and harried by Van Bronckhorst. Arthur Newman. Russo. Straight to Naismith. Straight back to Amoruso. Just over 10 minutes remaining. Rangers with a 2-1 lead, but in very controversial circumstances here.
Well, nevertheless, they look comfortable now, and they have this game by the throat now. It's really struggling to get out of their own half.
Two-guy. Kanchelskis. Naismith ensuring no progress down that side for the time being. And Fitzroy Simpson is going to come on for Hearts now, with Scott Severin making way. Simpson has been left on the bench in recent weeks, joined from Portsmouth this season.
Fitzroy Simpson.
Drifted over the head of Arthur Newman. Here's Flugel. Free kick in Hearts' favour. And they need to come to something up here. Everyone awaits Stevie Fulton's free kick. Into the thick of it it went. And Maruso just managed to scoop it clear with Jackson nearby. Makel. Simpson's cross wasn't great, but it comes to Fulton. He turns away from trouble. Hearts throw. And they are biting back a bit here. Flugel. Fulton.
Rangers turn to sit in now. Looking very compact, but at least Hearts are in the Rangers half of the pitch. Just a few minutes ago, Billy Brown was out on the touchline screaming at his back line to get up.
And Maruso with the up and under. Flag is up though. Later this week, Charlton could clinch promotion to the Premiership, but Huddersfield are in the playoff pack and aim to stay there. Friday at 7 on Sky Sports 3 and Sky Sports Extra. And our next offering from Scotland is from Fir Park on Sunday evening, also on Sky Sports 3, but from 6. It's Motherwell, still hoping to get into Europe against Kilmarnock, trying to stay in the top flight. Rangers have taken their goals tally for the season in the Scottish Premier League to 81 this evening, but number 80 will be hotly disputed for a while. And from Dodds. Here's Makel. Petric knocked it down, and Jackson! Left by Boss.
I just wonder if Maruso manages to get something here in terms of a block. Good knockdown by Petric. Darren Jackson trying to keep the shot down. Well, it was never going to Stefan Klos.
Albert. And Dodds lurking, but Niemi aware of his presence. Makel. Up towards Jackson.
That's the best tactic for Hearts now, Ian. They have to get the ball forward quickly, forget about the midfield at the moment. Knock it back to front, hope for a knockdown or the odd scrap round about the box.
Fulton. Away by Kanchelskis. Back to Fulton. And a free kick. Jackson impeded by Wilson right on the edge of the area, and Maruso has to be careful because he was ready to have another pop at Willie Youngman.
Yeah, Maruso and Wilson either side of Darren Jackson here as the header comes forward. And again, it's the use of the arms here that causes the problem here. Darren Jackson doesn't even have to jump to win the free kick. And they have to make a better job of this one than they did the last.
The Rangers wall ordered to go back a little bit. It's time to deliver here, and well, it was rather disappointing in the end. Blocked away, Makel's free kick. Tomaszek though, oh, in it goes. Out it goes. Just wouldn't break for Hearts then. Might break for Rangers here because Kanchelskis has it. Two guy in support. Albert, he's got time to have a go. It's off target.
I won't be best pleased with that one. It's a decent chance with this kind of power and in this kind of range. We should have done better.
Kanchelskis trying to slip it through to Dodds. Time running out for Hearts. Simpson though. Jackson. Baker wants it back, and he's going to get it back. And he's done well here to set it up for Jackson. Oh, nearly, but not quite.
Yeah, it's a super effort nevertheless from Darren Jackson. The pull back from Michael here. Jackson has to take it first time through Adam's legs, in fact, and it finishes just a yard or so wide of the right-hand post. And perhaps the last chance has gone for Jim Jeffries' side now.
Rangers on course for the double this season, having won everything there was to win last season. They relinquished the League Cup when they lost at Aberdeen. Here's Stefan Adam, but he hopes that took a bubble. Don't think you need to be a genius to work out Jim Jeffries' reaction. For Stefan Adam.
Yeah, if it ends up in the top corner, he's a hero, and I think at this stage in the game you have to, if you get half a sight of the goal, you have to let the shot go.
Michael. Fulton. Naismith. Michael. Blocked by Amoruso. It's a corner.
Yeah, very good block it was as well there. Amoruso stepped out as soon as he saw Michael breaking forward and got close enough to him to make a very important block.
Amoruso felt it when he did block it as well, because he can't quite get on his feet as yet. Hearts wanted to take the corner, not surprisingly. There was a sore one, by the look of it, for the big Italian. Bodies powered into the 6-yard box, and Kloss. Not very convincing, but he's got the free kick. Oh, and it's turning a little nasty with Darren Jackson.
Yeah, Darren Jackson just makes it impossible here for Kloss to go and attack this, and it allows Stephen Pressley across the front of Stefan Kloss there. And it's at a stage in the game where you'd expect your forwards to try that on. And then again, you might just get away with it.
We're inside the last minute of normal time. There will be 3 minutes added on. Fulton. Naismith up towards Adam, away by Wilson. Jackson trying to barge through. There's always a danger as Hearts push forward in search of an equaliser that they could be caught out like this. Two-guy leading the charge. Here's Kanchelskis. Albert! And it came at Antiniemi in a fair pace.
That's another super save by Niemi here. And it bounces just in front of him. Rod Wallace is a tap-in if he spills this.
Here's Albert. He's taking strides through Hearts' defence. It's about keeping the ball now for Rangers. Although, knowing this team, they'll probably go in search of another goal to clinch it. inside the first minute of 3 minutes added on. Comes through to a down. Gary folks have decided that anywhere will do. Jim Jeffries furious. Nudge on Simpson by Tugai. Stevie Fulton's free kick. Away by Amoruso, but only to Tomaszek. It's a frenetic end to this contest. The Lakers got the corner off Alves.
They need a good delivery. They really have to make this count.
The delivery will come from Fitzroy Simpson. Who's going to get on the end of this? Hearts won't care as long as it's for one of their men. Right over to the far side, and Ferguson has knocked it away for another corner, even though he's claiming it might have come off a down. Time is very nearly up on Hearts. Now is the time to score, and Dan whipped it in. Away by Wallace. Everybody had been back defending, and rightly so for Rangers. Away by Newman. Presley. It's only cleared as far as Fitzroy Simpson. Adam crowded out by Tugai and Kanchelskis. Did well to find Fulton. Wallace. Here go Hearts again with Naismith. Doesn't quite know where he's going at the moment. They need to get it in the box. There are seconds remaining. Michael does get it in the box, and it's going to drop for Amoruso to clear. Simpson snaps it up. Presley. The seconds tick and tick away. Ferguson. Mopping up, but it's a Hearts throw. Jackson knows there's no time left. It's got to be pumped into that box at every available opportunity. But there aren't many opportunities left for Hearts. And there was a little push there by Tomaszek, more out of frustration, but it's a throw anyway. Man of the match, Davey?
Well, I think when you face the side of Rangers quality, you have to compete, Ian, and I think Darren Jackson, in that respect, has given every ounce tonight. And he's my Bank of Scotland man of the match.
It's all over, and Dick Advocat's men take another stride towards their 49th title. The Hearts will feel very hard done by here. Billy Dodds with the decisive goal in the end. Rod Wallace with the controversial goal after Gary McSwiggan had put Hearts in front, but Willie Young, hardly the most popular man down the Gorgie Road in Edinburgh at the moment. Fine finish this from Gary McSwiggan to put Hearts in front, but right on the stroke of half-time, controversy arrived. A handball by Tugai in the build-up to this goal. He set it up well, and it was finished well by Rod Wallace, but it shouldn't have counted. Rangers had so much possession, they might have got that equaliser anyway, but we will never know. They did equalise on the stroke of half-time. And a wonderful winner, Kanchelskis teeing it up for Billy Dodds. Rangers power on in relentless pursuit of the championship. It finishes at Tynecastle, Hearts 1, Rangers 2.
Now at 10:15, it's the Sports Centre, followed at 10:30 by our football phone-in. You're on Sky Sports. On Sky Sports 2 next, There's British Superbikes action from Donington Park. Over on Sky Sports 3 next, Brian Moore interviews Bert Williams. That's followed at 10:30 by Steve Davis and friends, with tonight's guest Dennis Taylor. For Sky Digital viewers over on Sky Sports Extra now, there's live cricket, the 4th one-day international between the West Indies and Pakistan, followed at 10:30 by more wrestling action from the WWF in Late Night Metal. And don't forget, you can keep up to date with all the breaking stories and headlines from the world of sport on the ultimate sports news and information service, skysports.com TV. So, you saw it at Tynecastle, a real gritty battle, but another win for Rangers as they get closer and closer to that title. Reaction to it all after this. Another win for Rangers tonight, another giant stride towards a title. Rangers beat Hearts 2-1 tonight at Tynecastle. Well, it never really boiled over, it never really looked like that. 6 bookings tonight, Severin and Jackson of Hearts, Wilson, Amoroso, Ferguson and Van Bronckhorst of Rangers, all booked by Willie Young. The Rangers had the better of the first half, but there really wasn't that much in it. But it was a real even scrap in the second half as both teams really threw everything into this match tonight. Thoroughly entertaining. Rangers won at 2-1. Rangers winning goal scorer Billy Dodds is with David Tanner.
Billy, you seem absolutely exhausted after that match there. How fortunate do you feel to get the points tonight?
I thought we started well, and I think they went ahead against the run of play. After that, we come back into it, got the goal, which I honestly think it wasn't handballs. I was standing right in front of 2 guys. It's good to get the equaliser just for half-time, and then second half we controlled it in spells, but Hearts threw everything at us at the end, and it was a hard game for us, but we dug in hard, and I thought we deserved the points in the end.
The replay showed it looked as though the ball hit 2 guys on the arm. So how did you see it? Where were you at the time?
I was right in front of him. It all depends what you count the arm. I mean, the shoulder doesn't matter. I don't think that's part of it, so I don't think it was a foul.
What about your goal? Andrei Kanchelskis had a wonderful cushion header just in front of you there.
He made a great run. He made a run inside, off the left-hand side, and cushioned it right back, and just caught it well, and it's flew in. So it's nice for me to get a winner.
How tough a shift was that for you and the Rangers players?
It's hard. I mean, as I said, Hearts threw everything at us at the end, and they had free kicks, long balls in the box, and they worked hard, but I thought we dug in, and as I said, I thought we deserved the points in the end.
In the first half, Hearts pushed you so much. Were you surprised at that?
No, it's always a hard place to come to. They're a good team with a lot of good players, so I didn't expect any different. I thought it'd be a hard game, and it proved to be.
How important do you feel both goalkeepers were to both sides tonight, Billy?
Yeah, 2 quality goalkeepers. Stefan had a great save. I think it was off of Gary McSwiggan, and Antti Niemi had a lot of good saves as well. So it was end-to-end stuff, good for the fans.
And the championship, you could actually win it this Saturday if Celtic lose and you win. Have you thought about that yet?
Well, we just got to play every game as it comes, and if we get the win and it proves to be that that's the game we win the championship, then so be it.
Billy, thanks.
All right, thanks.
Every game as it comes, of course, the usual answer. Rangers winning 2-1 tonight at Tynecastle, but Charlie, that is another big stride towards a title, isn't it?
It was, yeah. I mean, 3 away games coming up, very difficult ones. I thought tonight would be the hardest for Rangers. Good, passionate encounter this, as we always expect. I thought Hearts, you know, were up for it. I thought they were disciplined. Their organisation was good, more like the Hearts of old. You know, Kloss is vulnerable here because he makes the wrong choice. And
could he have come all the way there? Did he have time to come all the way?
Jim, I think the conditions didn't help him because I think he got caught up there. Bad passing from Rangers. But it's another sign of Amoroso, just switches off. First priority is to defend. The keeper must take his responsibility too. But it was a cool and composed finish from McSwiggan. And I have to say that I'd agree with Billy Dodds in that circumstance. I thought Rangers started the game very brightly. Good passing most of the time, broke down in the last third. Decent save from Niemi, but it's a reaction that he has to it, and they've managed to get it away. But, you know, when Rangers aren't really making chances, this is one of the few chances they did have in the first half.
He is good at that, Amoroso. He's got some shot in him, hasn't he?
Well, can he's unpredictable. They can be terrible, or they can be, you know, pretty impressive at times. Good pace on it. You know, Hearts still pressed. I thought they played and passed the ball quite cleverly, especially in the first half. And Jackson, a little bit unlucky, he got a deflection for a corner. This is where Rangers start to ask questions of Hearts, again behind. You know, it's a wonderful finish from Wallace. I do still think it's handball. If Willie Young decides that it's unintentional, you see the arm going up, that's mainly for the elevation. It is very close to the shoulder area. I thought the closer it gets, and that You can see it's high up in the arm.
It's high up in the arm,
It
you're
is
right.
high up in the arm. It is
So the goal should not have stood.
well, for me, it probably shouldn't have, because if it doesn't control it with his arm, Jim, the ball is running out of play. It's different if it's going to be breaking somewhere else that he can chase it. So I think it was a cruel punishment, a cruel blow for Hearts.
What is he playing at there,
Well,
Amoruso?
many times have we seen him do this since he came to Rangers. And he gets away with it most of the time. But for a captain, an experienced guy that he now is, and Rangers don't need to take chances now, because I thought second half they passed well, they controlled the tempo of the game fairly well. Hearts still had a goal. What a save that is. You won't see a better save than that this season. Rangers fans throughout the years have raved about Gorham's saves. That is up there, top drawer. Great header. Speaking, can't ask for any more than his header. No wonder Jim Jeffries a little bit frustrated.
And no wonder Charbonnet is frustrated. He just cannot get a chance to get in there, can he?
Ah, well, I think Kloss is undoubtedly number 1 now. My man of the match was Naismith tonight. I think Rangers probably look at 1 or 2 and think they played well. I thought the service and the quality, a young Naismith's crossing, was exceptional for me, Jim. I left back a Scottish international. I've said it before, I'm surprised big clubs haven't come in and bought him up. I'm sure Jim Jeffries won't appreciate me saying that, quite rightly so. I'm disappointed in the keeper here. I know he got a strapping in his thigh, but you know, after that he made some lovely saves for Hearts. But just watch the distance. Kanchelskis starts out wide, starts to drag Gary Naismith wide. Now Naismith can't push up and play him offside because the 2 central defenders went to sleep on him. But look where it's travelled. It ends up coming in 7-8 yards out. The keeper should be coming out there. That's when you go and attack it as a goalkeeper. Put a doubt in his mind.
So he should have been off his line. He should have been out
I
there
think so.
fighting for it.
Maybe the injury can be an excuse. But I thought he could have done a little bit more to help Gary Naismith out. Hearts to their credit, Jim. They kept away at it. They didn't get many breaks at all tonight. Not just the fact that they lost a goal just before half-time, which probably wasn't a goal. Very enjoyable match. I thought two teams who gave us everything. But Hearts can be pleased with themselves too. Very impressive match.
Willie Young, a controversial figure tonight because of that goal. Now, one other significant result from the SPL tonight. Kilmarnock 1, Aberdeen 0. Paul Wright, formerly of Aberdeen of course, he scored the all-important goal for Bobby Williamson's side. So here's the updated league table. Rangers are now 16 points ahead and they need 6 points for the championship from 7 games remaining. At the bottom, now this is where it's really interesting. Kilmarnock move up a place, leaving Aberdeen 7 points behind Dundee. So, big disappointment for Hearts tonight. They lost 2-1 to Rangers. Here's Jim Jeffries with David Tanner.
Jim, before I ask you your opinions on the match itself, can I first of all say that I saw you having an argument with the referee at half-time. Can you tell us why you were so unhappy at that time?
I think everybody in the ground knew that you know, it was handled, and that was a big lift for Rangers at that time, because as I say, we were comfortable, they run out of ideas, they had a lot of possession, but we knew that. But the team played well tonight. But the argument at half-time was, I think we were very, very angry with the goal was allowed.
Well, let's have a look at it now, actually, Jim. Just talk us through this.
Well, you can see it's a long ball through, and he's run, and you can see there's no way he can control that. That's a handball. He's had it with his in there.
Yeah, we can look a bit closer now, actually. What are your thoughts on that then?
Here, it's handball, any part of it. It's hit here and it's dropped down for him to get again. But looking at that, I mean, 9 times out of 10 you're going to get that. The only one man gave that tonight. Everybody's seen it. Was for me, it was a handball.
So that was a vital time, obviously, for Rangers to get an equaliser. Did you feel as though that your players deserved to get something from the game, particularly the way they played in the second half?
Well, you've seen the game as well as I did, and Hearts deserve something from the game. I think the real turning point that was significant for us was Kloss produced a world-class save from Gary McSwigan. I mean, it was a fantastic save, and that was 1-1 at the time. And I think if we'd got in front, you know, it'd been a different story. So, you know, the players were worked great. And in the last 15-20 minutes we were at Rangers there, but as I say, great effort for the players, but just wasn't there on night. A bit disappointed about the second goal. We didn't react when Kanchelskis headed it back. You know, their striker did, and we defenders stood and ball watched a wee bit. But as I say, they're a wee bit unlucky with the first goal, and the players put in great effort, took the game to Rangers, and I thought in that last 15-20 minutes we just needed a wee break room in front of goal.
Jim, a frustrating night for you. Thanks for your honesty.
Thank you.
And he was honest, wasn't he? Typical Jim Jeffries, facing up to it. Now, Dick Advocaat here has just joined David Tanner. Let's go to them.
Dick, the Hearts people are very unhappy with the result tonight. How do you see it at Rangers?
Yeah, well, we won the game, so I'm not unhappy. I think the team showed tonight what character is after the game last Saturday. So I was very pleased with our commitment. We came back from 1-0. We won the game, and it was a hard work. I think it was quite exciting, and but still, to my opinion, still a well-deserved win.
Now, the Hearts people will say that you didn't deserve it because Tugai handled the ball at the Rudd Wallace goal. How did you see that?
Yeah, but I've never heard that we deserve it. But at the end, they scored a goal out of nothing. We came back 1-1, and at the end, sometimes it's the better teams who wins. And I have to be fair, tonight we had a little bit luck. But if you see the 90 minutes, I think we played excellent football. The last 10 minutes, they took all the risk, gave the long ball. But football-wise, I think we showed, besides character, also some good football. It was a real shift for your players tonight. Billy Dodds was in here and he was saying to us how tired he was after it. Were you pleased about that aspect? Well, again, their coach said before the game that they get a real lift after the Celtic game, and they are fighting for the UEFA Cup. And I have to be fair, they did everything to get a good result. I think the crowd was excited today about both teams. But I can understand that when the home team lose the game, yeah, okay, that they're unhappy. And this weekend, if Celtic lose and you win, the title is yours. Will you be saying that to your players in the build-up to the weekend's game? No, but I can do nothing with if. If. Dick, thank you. Thank you.
Doesn't like the word if, does he? Charlie, what does this mean for Rangers? How big a result is it tonight?
Well, it's another step closer to the championships. It's a basic game-to-game scenario for Rangers. They won't go in thinking about Celtic at all. They'll just simply say, if we win more games, it's our title.
And at the other end of the table, Kilmarnock beat Aberdeen 1-0 tonight.
That is a massive result.
What does this mean for Aberdeen now?
Well, it means a lot of hard work. I think they've got a game in hand over Dundee and two over Kilmarnock. I think the game in hand is actually Dundee United, who have been in free fall itself. So a lot of interesting games to come, but Aberdeen got a lot of work to do now. OK, Charlie, thanks. Well, that is it for tonight. The next live football on Sky Sports could result in a promotion party down at the Valley. Charlton meet Huddersfield from 7 o'clock on Sky Sports 3 in a match which also offers interactive coverage on Sky Sports Extra. Now, it's Wembley on Sunday from 1 o'clock on Sky Sports 2 for the Auto Windscreens Shield final between Bristol City and Stoke. Super Sunday from 3 o'clock on Sky Sports 1, and Sky Sports Extra sees Leeds United take on Arsenal. That's a massive game. Then from 6 o'clock on Sky Sports 3, we're back with our next live match from the Bank of Scotland Scottish Premier League, and that one is Motherwell against Kilmarnock. Rangers won at 2-1 tonight at Tynecastle. From Charlie and me, thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Just